Are you struggling with knowing what to do now? What direction your life should take? How to decide what is divine guidance and what is fear? There is a pull of becoming everywhere in the universe. We see it in the tiny plant that pushes through the cement. We know through science that our universe, in fact, is expanding, and we feel it in ourselves. By seeking to express a freer, fuller, more expanded, and more creative version of ourselves. And as we say yes to this pull of becoming, we naturally get happier, find more creativity and more opportunity. When our life begins to expand this way, we find ourselves waking up in the morning with a feeling of being in harmony with our soul's purpose. One of the ways to accelerate your dream life is to learn to listen to the still small voice inside you, which is your intuition. Another way to think of your intuition is the voice of truth, that natural knowing. Gandhi said, the voice of truth is as loud as our willingness to listen. All of us have perfect intuition. We are connected to our source at every moment. And we may not know how to recognize its voice, or we may ignore its voice. But as we practice listening to our intuition, we begin to recognize, we begin to have a relationship with it. It has a tone that you can get to know, a feeling. And as we do so, we begin to recognize that its wisdom is never frantic. It knows that there's nothing to get frantic about. On the other hand, our ego at times is frantic. It can be worried, fearful, and anxious. Those kinds of thoughts are not our intuition. So what are some ways that our intuition shows up? It may show up as a flash of inspiration, an answer to something that you've been asking, oh my gosh, how am I going to do this? Boom. Or a dream or an insight upon awakening. Or it could be something so subtle as just a nudge, like, oh, I should take my umbrella today, even though it's sunny. Those little things that kind of give you this feeling. Or it could be a huge breakthrough idea, a way to solve something that you've been working on a really long time. Thomas Edison accessed his intuition by going to what he called the land of solution. He would sit in a chair and pose a question to the universe. And he's written in his journals that he believes that he knows that there is an answer to every question and a solution to every problem. We want to expand our awareness of the answer and listen for the solution. So be open to the answer showing up in your daily life, knowing that once we ask a question, the universe begins to speak to us in all kinds of ways. It could be a billboard that you've driven by 100 times, but now that billboard has a message for you. Or something comes up in conversation, or an insight you have when you're watching your child do something for the first time. The universe is now speaking to us, and its voice is as loud as our willingness to listen. When we actively listen for that voice, We're at a new frequency of awareness, which is in harmony with the answer we are seeking. So I invite you to visit the land of solution. Ask your questions of the universe and then listen. Your dream life awaits you. Blessings on your journey.